Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen. Today is round 2 of pickles. My mustard seeds showed up. If you don't know what that's about, right here I'll link my video from my dill pickles where we had an oops. But mustard seeds are here, so I've got one stainless steel bowl soaking in salt water, another stainless steel bowl behind you soaking in salt water, and we're gonna make bread and butter pickles and I think some spicy pickles. Throw in some jalapenos and maybe banana peppers. But first, to get going, I need to start the brines so that they can cool off. If you didn't know, cooling off your brine before you pour it over your cucumber slices will just be one tip to stop those mushy cucumbers or mushy pickles. So we're gonna get our brines going, see what we can make up. I'll use some recipes as a guideline. As always, I use it as common sense guiding me through my canning process, but I don't always 100% stick to a recipe. So use your judgment and come along with me as we can the rest of our bushel of cucumbers that we bought at our local farmer's market. And there's a tip for you too. If you're not successfully growing a garden yet, or you're struggling getting certain crops in, don't be bummed out about it. Go run down to your local farmer's market and pick up what you need. A lot of people ask where I go. I'm in Southeast Michigan. There is a phenomenal farmer's market. I don't care if you're in Central Michigan, Southwest Michigan, it's worth the drive. The prices, you just cannot beat them. You can't. I mean, I think I'm getting away with the purchase price of my cucumbers and the amount of pints I'm gonna get. I would say I'd probably guess around 25 cents for a pint of pickles. You can't beat that. So, and they're good. They're great. I didn't grow them, but they're locally grown and I preserved them and canned them myself, so I know what's going in them. So let's go turn around and get to making our brine. Okay, so I got all my ingredients out, and one of my tips too is I'll let you know, as you grow in canning, you're gonna get your baseline as to what makes what. And how I'm gonna explain that is I know one huge stainless steel bowl of sliced pickles, about a pot of mine of brine is going to cover my needs for that stainless steel bowl. I might have to make a little bit extra, but not too much. So I'm going to purposefully do 2 different pots of brine. And if I need to make extra, I will. But we're going to do traditional bread and butter pickles. And I've never done traditional bread and butter pickles, which means it's pickles and onions and just a vinegar base. No water, just a vinegar base. So we're going to try that. Hopefully it's not too overpowering. And then for the other one, I'm going to be, and just let you know what I'm using. I'm using the Ball Preserving book, and in the pickles section there's like an quick and easy pickle section, a 2-day pickle section, and then like a fermented pickle section. And I'm doing the quick and easy because that's what I like to do. So we're doing the traditional bread and butter, quick and easy. And then I really want to do these cucumber sandwich pickles that I mentioned to you guys the other day. It calls for brown sugar. I'm all out of brown sugar. I'm all out of molasses, so I can't make my own brown sugar. And a lot of you ask me all the time, Rachel, I'm trying to get away from sugar. Can I use honey or something else as a replacement? So we're gonna test it out together. Can we make a honey spicy sandwich pickle? I think that would probably be good. Honey with the heat of the jalapenos and some banana peppers and cucumbers. I think that'll be good. So let's get our brine going, and I'll talk you through a little bit of the ingredients, but just know I'm referencing the ball book. And if you want to go get that, that link will be in the description for you. While we're here, down at my feet, I'm going to point out these flip-flops and take one off so I can show you the brand. They're called Ufus, something like that. I'll link them in the description. They are a lifesaver for anyone that has an athletic recovery sandal that my son introduced me to. He was a cross-country runner his whole life and in college. And when I put them on, they take like all the weight off all your major joints. So your knees, your ankles, your hips. And the other day when I was canning pickles, I wasn't wearing these, and it was like an all-day event, and my back was killing me at the end of the night. I actually like bruised, like kind of like as if you had plantar fasciitis, and it was activated from just standing all day. So these have been a godsend on my all-day canning days. I just wanted to share that with you. But let's go ahead and start this bread and butter brine. So again, it's just a vinegar base. And we're going to double it because I know I've got double the cucumbers. So when I need 6 cups of vinegar. Okay, and then we're going to add sugar to this as well, and that is going to be 4 cups of sugar. People also often ask where I get my big jars like this from. Guys, I just got them at Big Lots. It's like a discount home store near us. I don't know that they're everywhere, but that's where I got it. And we're going to add mustard seed. We're going to add 4 tablespoons of mustard seed. And I found this on Amazon. If anyone else is struggling to get mustard seed like I was, it was finally in stock on Amazon. And celery seed, 2 teaspoons. And turmeric, we need 2 teaspoons. All right, let's get that all stirred together, and we're just gonna let it cook until the sugar is all dissolved. And while this is cooking, if I didn't say at the beginning of the video, my cucumbers have been sitting in a saltwater bath. It's just pickling salt and water. And you'll, again, find those instructions in the ball book. And they have to sit there and soak for like 2 to 3 hours, which is perfect because I got those done before dinner. We've had dinner. I'm now cooking up the brine. By the time this brine cools off, my pickles will have soaked long enough, and I'll be able to, then you drain and rinse them. So I have a really detailed video on, my last video is, I think it's my only pickle video so far on like step-by-step how to make pickles, but that's a dill pickle recipe. Okay, so let's move on over and let's get the next batch of brine started, which is a little unique. Okay, in this pot I have 8 cups of water already started. I read through this recipe. I am not following it as it states. It's too many steps. So I'll tell you what I'm doing to make my sandwich pickles. So we've got 8 cups of water. We're going to add 10 cups of vinegar. It's basically the same recipe, I'm just taking out a step. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit all this. Let's see. Okay. Alrighty, and what's next? A cup of sugar. Oh, I need 2 cups because I'm doubling it. Alright, and we're gonna add honey instead of brown sugar. And that should be 2 cups of honey. Ooh, I'm gonna be cutting it close on room. Ooh, guys, I am pushing my luck on that pot. So we'll bring this up to a low heat. And a teaspoon of celery, a teaspoon of turmeric, a teaspoon of mustard seeds, and that's it. So we are going to again get this all nice and incorporated, very carefully stirring. And as soon as this gets all incorporated, we'll be good. And then I have to let it cool because again, if you pour, why I'm doing this recipe differently, it tells me to cook my cucumbers in some of the brine. It's like a different step. I'm not gonna do that because I want to make sure that my cucumbers are crisp. So same with the bread and butter pickles. The bread and butter pickles in Ball's book says to cook the cucumbers and onion slices in the brine. I'm not doing that. Just let you know, it's one step I take that makes sure that my pickles stay crispy. So once this comes to a boil, I'm not going to let it boil actually. I'm actually just going to bring it up to where it all dissolves and melds together. And then we will turn off the heat, let it cool, and I'll bring you guys back and we'll get to ladling and I'll at least show you the end result. So by the end of the season, I'll have 3 cucumbers or pickles on the pantry shelf. And I've already given so many away. You guys teased me on the last video like, oh my gosh, are you gonna eat that many pickles? And no, we don't, but we give a ton away. So I gave some to my son and my daughter-in-law and my other son. So they're already leaving the house just as fast as I make them. Alrighty friends, we are ready to pack our jars. I just got done rinsing my cucumbers. I rinsed them really, really well, like probably 4 times. And I know a lot of you all new canners struggle getting your pickles packed really well where they don't float really high in their jars. So just pack them really well. You're going to a 1/2 inch of headspace. And my favorite tool for that is my Mason Top pickle packer. It came in a whole fermentation kit and I use it quite often. Alrighty, they are nice and tight in that jar. So I'm gonna get these all filled and then we'll come back and top them with 2 things, pickle crisp and the pickling brine. So this mixture is onions and cucumbers together. Alrighty, we are ready to fill up our jars. So, where did I set my funnel? Do you guys see it? It's green. I found it. Okay, so Again, this is the bread and butter mix. I ended up with 13 pints out of that big bowl. I try to always get 14 pints, and my stainless steel bowl wasn't quite full. So 14 pints is a double stack canner load for me. So that's what I always aim for. Whoa, I overfilled. Stop. Go slow. So just going through, and I use a chopstick. I don't have any one of those gadgets, and get all the air bubbles out. I'm gonna have to take some of that liquid out. All right. Then I have my cloth and vinegar, and we're just gonna wipe the rims down, especially that one because I spilled over the edge. You don't want any of that sticky, syrupy brine on your lid jars. That would prevent your jar lids from sealing. All right, that's what it looks like before it goes in the canner. I'm gonna get all of these filled up. It's gonna be beautiful. I love the way bread and butter pickles look. And then we're just gonna can these outside on our outdoor Camp Chef stove, because I'm imagining once I get all these pickles done, I'm probably gonna have to run 3 canners so I can get it all done tonight. So I'll see you guys back. We'll meet outside when I'm loading them up, and you guys can see the end result. I honestly, friends, you will watch me one day. I promise you this. You will watch me one day not make a mistake in this kitchen. But until then, I'm going to admit every single mistake I make. So I forgot to add my pickle crisp. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 jars sealed. It's no big deal. I can just take the lids off and add it back and reseal them. But gosh, just aggravate myself. That's all. So don't forget to add your pickle crisp. Okay, we're on to round 2. Now for this one, I did slice up some jalapenos. This is the recipe I'm loosely following is the ball cucumber sandwich pickles. So I think I'm going to put like, we'll see how far it goes, like 1/8 of a cup of jalapeno peppers and banana peppers in each jar. My one son, our son Nick, and my sister, my sister-in-law, Todd's sister, like spicy pickles. So they'll get the majority of these. We don't like spicy pickles that much. But I just had a genius idea. I have a little bit left of bread and butter brine, and I have all those green tomatoes I brought in the other day. And I'm thinking, if I have the energy, it doesn't have to be done today. I can put that brine in the fridge and reheat it tomorrow. I'm thinking about slicing some of those green tomatoes and putting them in, no, for the quarts I'm doing a full 1/4 cup of peppers. I'm thinking about slicing those up, just sandwich slice style, and pickling them in bread and butter brine for like sandwich toppings, burger toppings. Guys, I think it's gonna be good. Tell me what you think. I might even bring you another video just on that and see what happens. Now, if you didn't want your peppers as spicy, you could de-seed them and take the pith out. I didn't. I just chopped them as whole. It just took the tops off. So I just have a few left, so we'll go back and add one or two to each. All right. Now I'll go back through and pack all these jars with pickles, cucumbers, and then we've got our pot of, you guys can't see it, but that big full pot of sandwich pickle brine with the honey. I think it's gonna be fabulous. A sweet with the heat. I think it's gonna be really good. This will wrap up my pickle season this year. I'm excited to have that off the list. I think all I have left on my list, guys, is applesauce, maybe some apple butter. If I have enough applesauce left, I'll turn that into apple butter, and my pickled Brussels sprouts. I looked for them at the farmer's market. I think it's just still too early. They weren't there. And then, of course, this winter we'll do soups. But I've got a head start on canning my meat. I'm feeling good, feeling really good. Okie doke. We got those honey spiced, that's what I'm calling them, honey spiced pickles. So, let me get these in the canner. And my bread and butters are done in there, so as soon as I get this tray empty, I'll take those out and put them on here and show you guys. But I hope this just gave you some ideas on if you've got a big batch of cucumbers, mix it up, do a bunch of fun things, and don't be afraid to experiment a little bit. I fully believe, oh, I've got two more down here that aren't gonna fit. So I'm of the belief that canning is a guideline, but there's some liberty that you get with canning products too. So we'll take these out. Let me show you one. It's really dark. I don't know if you guys can see it. And there's a skunk out here somewhere. I smell him. Not exactly pleasant, but at least my house stays nice and cool. So thanks guys for coming along with me, putting up all these pickles. I'll end it right here and show you guys the end result. Talk to you guys later.